Alton Miller. Hey,
Yes.
welcome to Electronic Music Life.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
This is your Australian tour. We're at the end of it.
We are just about almost like tonight I will be counting down songs. I've been telling people this is pretty cool because this was the last place I was internationally before COVID hit. Yeah, this is my last tour that I had done here in Australia. COVID hit, obviously, so it's been about 2.5 years since I've been back.
Yeah.
So I was in Adelaide last Saturday, and then I stayed the week in Adelaide. Melbourne last night,
which was a great gig. You told me.
Yeah, to the wee hours of the morning. Here I am.
Yeah.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And tonight here in Sydney.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
And you mentioned it's been a few years since you've come out, but prior to that, like, has Australia been a destination? Like,
I've been coming to Australia for since 2002.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I remember
a long time. I got some footprints here.
Yeah,
for sure, man. I think about the gigs, and all the people that I've met, and all the people that I have met and stayed in contact with. Some really, really strong friendships, and it's one of my jaunts for sure.
Yeah.
And it happens easy for the most part. I called Jeanette, who's one of my really, really, really dear friends. She assists me. She's not officially my booking agent, but she does assist. At the end of May, I was like, hey, you know what? I really want to get off the continent of Africa. Can we, put together some dates? And it happened.
Yeah.
Not stressful, nothing over the top. Just easy.
And it came together nicely.
Nicely. Yeah. I tried to hit New Zealand, but it was just not enough time. Yeah. It's people are trying to find their footing after COVID and I tell people it's not the playing that's when you're in the booth, that's not work, man. That's doing what you love. It's the travel, so it's even, everybody's trying to, from the airlines to everybody's trying to suss it all out, make it make sense and have it go smoothly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Where's home now?
South Africa.
Yeah, because I've noticed that you've lived various places.
Yeah.
And so at the moment, South Africa,
Johannesburg.
In Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And I guess that would be an easier place for you to travel from.
I'm finding out now. I'm finding out now.
Because it's new. South Africa's a new home.
I've been going since 2011. I just really started spending more time there, like in the last 3 years. You know what I mean?
Was that more location-wise, or because there were projects that you could do there as well, or combination?
Combination. 2011, my first time. I just fell in love with the country immediately, man. One, it's Africa, the people, the culture, the food, the music scene, the landscape, the beauty of the country geographically. It's beautiful. So yeah, I feel good being there.
The house music scene in South Africa is super strong.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Radio, man. Radio has always been the nuclei.
Oh, I remember
the catalyst.
Being at the airports and hearing house music at the airports.
That's what I'm saying. You can hear house music or some form of dance music, and it's not just relegated or dedicated to a mix show. You're talking regular format, regular rotation.
Yeah, that's
10
right.
o'clock,
It's not like
8
a
o'clock, 9
specialized
o'clock in the
show.
morning,
Yeah.
afternoon, all day. You know what I mean? It's just South Africa is in love with music. They just really, really love music, man.
That's great.
So yeah. So that's home is where the heart is. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm interested to learn a bit about some history from your I guess your Chicago and Detroit days, and I wanted to touch a little bit on that, and I noticed you that there was you came back to play with Chez in 2016 at Movement. Was it in?
I think we did it. We did something in Wine Bar. This hot little wine bar. That's what it is.
Was it part of
in
Movement?
Detroit? In Detroit. It was an outside party.
Okay.
And also we did we played Kai's in the ATL party.
Right.
In Detroit.
Okay.
During Movement. That was nice, man. That was the first time we probably played together. Yeah, since we closed the club.
Yeah. So how long was the club around at the time?
I think it was a year and a half.
Right, it was short.
It wasn't 2 years. I think it was a year and a half, just over a year.
Okay.
It was a short run.
Yeah.
But blazed as bright as these lights. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. History. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And you were like, aside from your music career, like the production side of things, you also had and you've had your own label, and I think you've restarted that again. But so there has been label experience as well, and that So, yeah, tell me a bit about that. Like,
I mean, I started. Well, actually, going back even further. Was it before? Okay, so I started at Transmat. I think I was the second employee there.
Wow.
Alvin Hill was the first, I think. Don't quote me on this. Something like pretty close. We're talking 89, 90, because when we closed the club, I lived in Toronto for a year, so I just left. I needed a break. So when I came back, I started working for Derrick at Transmat early on. I think I was the second employee. So we're talking 90, 91, 90. And yeah, it was I A&R the John Beltram Energy Flash project and a couple of other things. The guy out of Chicago. Oh my God. Off of Lisa. What's his name? We'll come back to that. So I engineered a couple projects.
Okay.
And just ran day-to-day operations, distribution. And it was a good time, man. I mean,
and was that your first label experience?
That was my first label experience.
Yeah, and then
with Transmat.
Okay.
And then I also I was getting more into production. I actually started getting into production before when the club was open.
Okay.
The guy who put the sound system together for us, who assisted, and we purchased all the equipment from this store that he used to work with, would bring down drum machines and synthesizers, like just during the week. Hey, try this out. You guys should, get into production. And plus, he was a salesman as well. So he wanted to sell some gear. So we would make drum tracks on the drum machines that he would bring down. True story. We used to host a traditional West African dance class, and sometimes the drummers wouldn't show. the drummers, djembe players, conga players, and we would have to make beats for the dancers. That was amazing.
Yeah. Was this the beginning of your Congo?
I started playing then too, because when they did shows, sometimes they would leave their drums at the club.
Yeah.
And I'd mess around. So I befriended a master percussionist by the name of Sundiata Muasi. And his son, at the time, was one of the dancers for Inner City's live show. So, but they were always at the club every weekend, Hassan and Sundiata. So I started studying under him at Center for Creative Studies, Center for Creative Studies in Detroit, at a Catherine Dunham dance class, and a famous choreographer out of Detroit. Beautiful dancer, man. I mean, just incredible. And that's just me drumming for the class and watching him teach.
Okay.
By the name of Clifford Fears. So that's how I got into percussion, and one thing led to another. I'm also at the same time working for Derrick. I would knock off at Transmat and carry my drums and get to Center for Creative Studies, man, in Detroit, and drum. It was a good time, man. I mean, being young, being in it, being engulfed in what was happening, artistically, with myself and the journey, and then what was happening in the city. It was great. I mean, it was a great way to segue away from the club and keep it moving for the most part.
But you were touring as a musician as well.
I was touring I started touring as a DJ.
Right.
91,
but
91, 92.
Percussion?
No. 91. Well, no, that's not true. 91, 92, I took my first international trip to Italy. And then, yes, I performed. I did a couple of shows with Aretha Franklin. And shared the stage with some great drummers and dancers and Aretha Franklin and musicians. So that was such a wonderful experience for somebody,
no doubt.
At that age.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't. Detroit, man, something in the water.
Yeah.
So much great talent. Musicians and vocalists and artists and dancers and it's like a well that never runs dry, So yeah, that was a good time, man. The Music Institute, long story short, was a culmination of everything that we had experienced, myself, Chez, and a good friend of mine, George, and also Derrick.
Yep.
I mean, Derrick was like the Jerobi of Tribe Called Quest. He wasn't really in the group, but not. He was such an integral part of. I mean, myself and Derrick at the Music Box, and the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone in Chicago, and the Garage with Chez and I mean, and all those Frankie Knuckles private parties, man. So the Music Institute was just that. It was just it was an ode, if you will, to everything that we had experienced
before that. Yeah.
That led us to open the club.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you, like, after when this, because these were, I guess, the foundations of this a new era that you could say that kind of built the fabric of dance music culture, as we know it today. And these last 2-3 decades have been like the culmination of that. And you've been very much part of that movement. And and what I've noticed in the last I'd say in the last 5 to 10 years, and obviously with COVID, obviously there's been the breaks and everything, that we've had a pause. But what I've noticed now is that there seems to be more of a spotlight and a focus on people such as yourself, and or at least that's how I'm perceiving it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and are you feeling that kind of recognition? Are you seeing that come through at the moment for you, or and others?
You know, I always speak about journey, man. My path is, I mean, you know, everybody has their own path.
Sure.
You know, things happen for people at certain times in their careers. You know, there's peaks and valleys. 1 minute you may be up looking down on top of the mountain. You know, it's an ebb and flow.
Yeah.
So I've always said that I like the slow burn, the long haul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Musically, my content, my output hasn't been astronomical. You know, I've done how many rhythm exposed, stories from Bohemia, Souls Like Mine.
Great stuff.
The one I can't remember the name of my own album. The one I did for Andy Roberts. And then
the whereabouts. No, what's that one? The last. What was the last one?
I'm talking about album projects.
Right.
I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about albums. You know, I mean, I've been doing this since '91. I'm 5 albums deep. That's not a lot. You know, to me.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And now I just turned in an album for Theo that took me 5 years to make. I turned it in April 2020.
Okay.
So something good out of COVID. It made me sit down and finish the album, sort of, kind of. So you know, I mean, you know, I say hello and then I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, I move at my own pace. If I don't have anything to say creatively, I'm not saying anything. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Some people believe in churning out and putting out the tunes. You know, and their output is heavy, but I have to recharge my juices, my creative juices. I need to eat good food. I need to look at the world and take it all in and watch beautiful film and, you know, just take it all in, man. Like, it's life. I mean, music, your art is a reflection of who you are and where you come from and where you're going.
Yeah.
You know, not only where you come from, but where you're going. You know, so I take it. You know, I kind of. I mean, my formula is there's a method to my whatever it is. You know, my way. There's a method to my way. You know. So at sometimes the light is on it, and people are paying attention. You know, and then maybe people are not paying so much attention, but it's cool. I mean, I deal with it. I don't do this to get likes on social media.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, if that was the case, I don't think I would be doing it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're not focusing on that. So the data metric kind of formula, but
no.
But what I've like, the point I'm making is that it's nice to see that there is recognition to people who have been part of the fabric of the of this culture and this music, and especially like you would say that the DJ culture and the electronic music sort of is the next phase after say before that, you know, and it's part of the evolution, you know, and and I guess it's nice to see that there's attention towards the stories or the people before that and or that were part of this, and I think I mean I've known of your work for at least 20 years myself, and so I've known that you've been part of that, but you kind of say you're a bit of a you're the DJ's DJ or the producer's producer, the unspoken hero, you know, and I think there's I think that there's a lot of you know, recognition that not that you know that's what you're looking for, but man, like
I get it. I understand. I mean, there's a lot of ruckus and you know, especially now with the vinyl. I've been in South Africa too long. Records. So, you know, people want to know, they want to know the history. You know what I mean? They want to know the history of the music. They want to know, you know, who did what. They want to know where it started, why, when, where, how. You know, so people want to know. So if I'm in that, you know, if I'm a part, I mean, obviously, I was there. You know what I mean? You know, but I don't let it dictate my, you know, I take it and I leave it. And I'm happy to be that I was there. You know, I earned this. You know, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, it's like you know, people, there's documentaries and books being written. And, you know, people are digging for and wanting to know the history and why. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And I mean, has your I mean, obviously, as we get older, we get wiser, and we work out about what the things we try to improve on from what we've known. And is there much of a difference in terms of your work and creative processes? I mean, they've obviously evolved along the way as well over the years. Is there some things that are still kind of your go-tos? And
but I'm a creature of habit. For sure. People, you want to go there again? You want to go eat there again? Like, I do. You want to go? Huh? You want to go see the? Do you want to go see the lion? Yeah, I do. I'm a creature. I'm a creature of habit, man. I have my go-tos. The process has pretty much been the same. You know what I mean? You know, the cool thing is that I've met so many dope musicians who, you know, took the time to show me things and taught me how to listen and you know, taught me different things about music, you know. I mean, I didn't study formally. I didn't take a compositional theory class. So I've had, I mean, and the beauty of Detroit again. I mean, you are surrounded by people who are constantly just pushing the envelope. You know what I mean?
And that keeps you on your toes, right?
It keeps you on your toes. It does. It does, man. And it, you know, it just keeps that fire burning. So Are there plans to work with Chez again, like in any capacity? You know what? He's been. It's funny we're talking about Chez. Not that we wouldn't be talking about Chez, but it's funny because in the last 2 weeks, I've been really he's reaching out to me via social media. So I need to take the time to sit down and call my brother, and just chop it up. When we do talk, he's on the move. We're all in different parts of the world now.
Yep.
We all, when we do, we go at it for 2 or 3 hours of just conversation and knowledge and experience. He brings me up to speed as to what he's into and what he's doing, and vice versa. So, I'm feeling like that's gonna come.
Yep.
I'm feeling like that's gonna come. We've tried, but at the time, we've tried in the last 3 or 4 years, but I was working on my album. You know what I mean?
And where's he based? Where's he based?
I think he's in Chicago.
Okay.
He's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a good dude.
And in a Muse, what's happening with that now?
In a Muse is, I got some stuff in the woodworks. That's about to see the light of day. I had taken a back seat to the label because during COVID, I think it made a lot of people diversify in their careers, in the way they made money. So I created a beard product line.
Okay.
Alton Miller's beard butter. I also created a nonprofit which implements youth development programs in the rural areas of South Africa, and sub-Saharan Africa. So I've been busy with other things.
What's this project?
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah,
and I do workshops, not only music workshops, but STEM and martial arts, empowerment of young women.
So like mentoring and
more like skills.
Yep.
Skills development.
Yeah, I love it.
So the youth can go out and be productive parts of society. We need skills, not from. If it's been a dream to be able to share my knowledge and my expertise in regards to music and other things.
Yeah.
And bringing on, people that I know from different walks of life who can facilitate that.
Okay.
And give back. Somebody gave me the chance. Somebody listened to my music. Somebody took me under their wing and said, okay. Blah, 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 blah. So same thing.
And is there anywhere online we can find?
No, it's in the development stages.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I've been busy with.
Yeah.
So that's what I haven't done much.
That sounds exciting.
I've done maybe a couple of remixes here and there in the last couple of years. Maybe a couple of EPs for people, but not a lot, man. Not a lot. And on top of that, I just I didn't have anything to say. I've been a sponge. It's good to be a sponge.
Yeah.
You don't always have to.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's method is different. So I need to be a sponge.
Yep. And now you can get that out.
Yeah, now I can get it. My albums are my work is always here.
Yeah.
Always here.
Yeah.
I just when I feel like I can sit down and just get it all out.
Yeah.
It's all. Yeah. It's pretty much this next album that I'm gonna do. It's pretty much done. I have thoughts and subconscious things that are happening. You know what I mean? That I want to experiment with and write. It comes in spurts. So in a Muse is that it falls into that too as well.
And that will, and it's the non-profits associated to in a Muse as a
not necessarily.
Okay.
The nonprofit is it's the Alton Miller Foundation. It's its own entity.
Love it, man.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
and you got your own beer.
I got my own beard product.
Wow.
I got was like okay.
I did not know these things because it's not online, right?
What am I going to do, man? COVID just shut down the world.
Yeah.
And I think if anything, I think people, hopefully people saw this and, have learned a lesson in regards to
multiple lessons.
The writing is on the wall in regards to the way the world is going and where we're headed, and a bit scary, but
I mean it's a change of direction.
It's a change of direction.
Do things differently now.
But is it really a change of direction? I mean, I think it's just. Us doing things differently now, or having to be what's the word I'm looking for? To diversify, to be.
Well, it seems like it's required now.
It's required.
We need to have multiple kind of skill sets now.
Yes, indeed. So that the COVID, I mean, like I said, there were some good things that came out of COVID. But we as the human race, we always pushing.
You mentioned health's a big thing. Has that always been part of your lifestyle?
It has. It has. I played martial arts I played sports, man. I'm not playing that. Organized. I played sports at a very young age. I played baseball, organized baseball. I was in elementary, maybe 3rd or 4th grade. Love sports. I mean, that's all we did. I'm a child of the 70s, so we were outside from sun up to sundown. Baseball, basketball, football, everything that you can imagine. Bikes. I mean, first part of my life, I was on a bike every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Every day.
But you mentioned the gym before. The gym's like you're quite solid with that.
Yeah, as I got older, and still playing sports all the way up until high school. I was always into weight training. When I played football, American football, I was during the off season, I would train in a boxing gym. My dad was a boxer. So yeah, it's just a lifestyle. It's just in my DNA.
These disciplines and they helped you with your creative,
man. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
And I mean the whole. I mean, we're as artists.
Yeah.
That creative side of it. I mean, essentially you're your own little entrepreneur, right? So you need to have certain skill sets and certain disciplines. And these kind of things that that you gain from sports and from exercise.
Yeah.
That's helped you throughout your career.
For sure. Well, for the most part. I mean, other times it's been okay, I have this equipment. I got to do something with it. I got MPC. I got to do something. I mean, it gets like that. It's like, okay, all right, what am I going to but discipline. I mean, I get lazy. I am slow.
Sure.
I tell people I'm slow. It's just the way it is. But I mean, I turned the album into Theo. I mean, no changes. No extra tracks, no extra songs, no do this different, no, just as is. You know what I mean?
And when's that coming out?
Slow and methodical. I'm thinking maybe spring, summer 2023.
Okay. So there'll
Maybe.
be another tour happening then.
Hey, it's
happen.
the album is out of the incubator, man.
Okay.
It's not in my hands.
All right.
It's Theo and the Sound Signature crew have it, so they're doing their thing.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm not worried that those. I mean, if you know Theo Parrish and Sound Signature, that guy, is they take care of business.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it sounds like you're definitely in good hands.
For a long time now.
Yeah.
2000, early 2000s, 2002, when all the record shops started folding and everybody was shutting down their labels. I mean, they persevered, man.
Yeah.
They never stopped.
Yeah.
I mean,
they adapted.
Discipline. He adapted. That's what we do. A labor of love.
The Detroiters the project that came out a few years back, where it was like where everyone was put together to remix classic funk track, the Funkadelic,
Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah. How'd that come about?
Ooh-wee.
It was that was a great idea.
That came about Tom Belodian, DJ Tom Thump. He's his uncle is Armin
Tom
Belodian.
Thump from San Francisco. Yeah, right on.
He used to. I met him during the Music Institute.
Okay.
He was a DJ. I can't remember the call letters for what it might have been college radio in Ann Arbor. And he would come down to the club. Really cool dude, man, just cool. And his uncle's Armin Belodian, the owner of Westbound Records.
Right.
So he brought me onto the project.
Wow.
He was like, yo, let's I'm gonna do a comp. My uncle's into it, so we're gonna have Detroit artists and DJs remix Funkadelic. I mean, who says no to that?
Yeah.
I've been a P-Funk head, man, since elementary. I'm a huge.
What a great honor.
I'm a huge Parliament Funkadelic fan.
Yeah.
Huge. I've met some of the core members. Bootsy Collins. I took him to a club in Chicago. Michael Hampton, Kid Funkadelic. I met Bernie Worrell in the back of a club. He was about to perform. I haven't met George Clinton though. Obviously, Amp is a really Amp Fiddler is a really good friend of mine.
Yep.
So yeah, I've gotten Larry Frantangelo, percussionist, who played with Parliament Funkadelic as well for a long time. Yeah, man, Parliament Funkadelic is just synonymous with Detroit.
Of course.
Since Yeah.
What a great project to be part of, and what an honor to be on that.
I felt really good about that.
Yeah.
I was just cheesing all day, every day. I had my kids in Chicago. They would come and spend summers with me in Chicago. So I did that remix in Chicago, and every morning, they would wake to me working on the remix. And when it came into its own, they were like, they gave me the okay. They were like, yeah, this is nice. So yeah.
And if you got before the album comes out next year, there's some EPs coming out before that?
Yeah. They're working on one right now, getting it out.
Okay.
Love Don't Pass Me By, which is myself and KB out of South Africa.
Okay.
She did the vocals on Musica with Osunlade.
Yep. Oh, lovely.
And Feeling You. She's an actress too as well. Beautiful, beautiful person.
Yep.
So they're getting ready for that now.
Great.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it digitally first.
Awesome.
Because I did the artwork in South Africa. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, man.
Well, Alton, where the viewers and the listeners, where can they find more about you?
Instagram.
Yeah.
At DJ,
usual places.
the usual, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
At DJ Alton Miller. Facebook is Alton Miller, and what's the other one? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter person, but you can find me there at DJ Alton Miller as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Alton, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show tonight.
Not bad after a 4-hour set.
Yeah. We'll get you to your hotel room.
Going straight to the airport from the club, huh?
Rock and roll, man.
Rock and roll. You said it. That's what it is. Exactly.
Thank you again. Thank you so much.
It's
such an honor to have it to meet you finally. And yeah, man.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. For sure.